Here we're going to look at topic 21, example 4, inequalities in one variable in the coordinate plane. The question states what is the graph of the inequality in the coordinate plane, and then we have part A and part B. So in part A, we only have an x value. So what we're looking at is they're telling us that x is greater than or equal to 3. So we need some kind of marker within our graph. And what you want to treat this as is just kind of treat this as x equals 3 for now. And if you remember from previous sections, if x is equal to 3 on the x-axis, we would go where x is equal to 3, and that's 3, 0. What they're basically saying is that x is always equal to 3, or in this case, it's always greater than or equal to 3, but we need a boundary line. So if I look at all of these points here, this would be 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3. This would be 3, 5. Down here, we'd have 3, negative 4. So the idea is, the point is that all of my x values are 3. So if that's the case, I would form a vertical line there. All right, so we'd have a vertical line going through that point of 3. Now we do need to be careful of is whether it is a solid or a dotted line. In this case, x is greater than or equal to 3. So remember, the equal bar tells us that this is a solid line. So we can draw a solid line right through 3. And now what we want to do is we want to shade the region that's greater than 3. So you just need to pick 2 or 4. Think about which one is greater than 3. Well, 4 definitely is. So we would just shade the region where x is greater than 3. The equal sign means that we have a solid line. Remember, those solutions are included. All right, all those points are included in your solution. So for a case like these, when you only have one variable, you're either going to have a vertical or horizontal line. In part B, we want to look at where y is equal to 2. All right, that would be on the y-axis, and we'd have a point right here. And then what's going to happen is any point along this line here is going to be where the y values are 2. So that's our boundary line. But we do need to be careful. In this case, there's no equal bar, so this is a dotted line. I know it's a little tough to see that, but there would be a dotted line here. And then that's our boundary. We want the values that are less than that. So we would shade everything below the value of 2. Actually, we're looking for the y values that are less than 2. So we'd start with 1, 0, negative 1, and so on. And that's it for these. These ones are pretty straightforward. You just have to be careful that you actually that you plot the right point. A lot of times the mistakes made here are we accidentally plot on the y-intercept when we're supposed to plot on the x-intercept. So just be careful with that. Don't rush through these ones. I know they're overly simple, but don't rush through them because these are ones that you should get correct pretty easily.